Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match show on the internet. We've just come back from the London Stadium. Unbelievably, it was Huddersfield 3, West Ham United 4. Wasn't a great...
That wasn't a result anyone saw coming, was it?
Well, they've scored 8 goals all season before today. Take us through the starting lineup. 4 of them was against West Ham.
Oh, you mean... No, I mean 3 today, sorry.
Yeah, okay. Take us through the starting lineup.
A few changes, weren't there? Fabianski in goal, Zabaleta right, Criswell left, Ogbonna and Diop in the middle. Rice and Noble midfield pairing. Lanzini, Antonio, Anderson with Arnautovic up top.
Now, for me,
Right.
that looked like the strongest team that we could have put out. Maybe bar Fredericks.
Nasri, I think.
Yeah, I think Nasri in the middle would have been a better option than
Over Udo.
probably Noble. Probably Noble because Rice is obviously on better form. But for me, Rice was, well, especially first half, he was poor today. But a lot of people.
Nobes.
No, Rice.
Rice
Rice was
But
poor.
that's what me and Scott were saying. You get called up to England as a West Ham player, all of a sudden your form dips.
No, he's going to have bad games. He's only a youngster. But the second half, he improved a lot. He broke up play. But the first half, he made a few mistakes. Yeah, he don't play bad often. I'm not going to sit here and criticise Declan Rice. I mean,
No, exactly.
he's it's just you don't.
He's owed a bad game or two.
The thing for me is, I think the worrying thing is 3 of our most consistent players today, I thought, had poor games. Diop, Rice and Fabianski.
Yeah, Diop, especially for their goals, losing their man. Ogbonna losing his man. Zabaleta losing his man.
I know we're way forward, but that third goal, what was Diop doing diving in there? He got sold like.
That's definitely got to be
Sold down
poorest
the river,
game.
Great finish though.
Yeah,
Great finish.
gotta give him that.
Huddersfield deserved the lead.
That one's mine. I do believe we'll see on the thingy.
I'm sitting there, so I feel like that.
I'll be drinking all his dirty juices.
Yeah, but fucking yeah. I tell you, it's a crazy game. It's I take games like that every week until the end of the season.
Yeah,
Bit of excitement, you know what I mean?
On the winning end of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I mean. If we win like that every week, I'll take that.
It's the best way to win, but it's horrible for most of the games.
I checked my heart rate on me watching. It flew right up. It was in the 80s. Honestly.
But you're sitting there and like it's the whole demeanour of how you approach when we do these, and probably as well you saw it like on some of the fan cams with people coming in saying, at one point you're ready to cane everyone, and the next point you're like
Yeah, but that's
celebrating
football,
the win.
isn't it?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
why
exactly.
you
Exactly.
don't. That's
Well,
why I
we
said
like
you don't
football.
leave a game.
No.
Yeah.
People walking out after we're 3-1, and then like they're gonna time they get home, they're probably gonna switch on the telly and we've won 4-3, and they're gonna be regretting it.
What did I say to you when it was 3-2? I said if we go on and get a goal and take it to 3-3, we'll go on and win this.
I'll be honest. Well, let's go right ahead. But the afternoon started in typical fashion. We got the penalty, which I thought was a blatant penalty.
I mean, we was on top.
It was well. It looked like it was going to be standard.
They did start. They started quite brightly though, Huddersfield.
Yeah, first 5-10 minutes they did.
They was good in midfield, but once we got that penalty, I thought this is it now. Like we're going to score this penalty, then we're just going to brush them away. You know what I mean?
Blatant penalty as well.
Yeah,
Blatant.
it was Lanzini,
Oh,
wasn't it? Got brought down.
Lanzini
He
got
played
brought
really
down.
well today.
Well, there was a shout for handball just before that.
He pulled it back for the Arnautovic foul. Just
His
outside
link-up
the
play
box.
with Arnie today was good in the first half, but there's just no end product in there. They're trying these flicks and there's no one getting there. That's maybe if they'd have done that first half and we had Hernandez on, it makes up for it a bit.
It's tough, isn't it? Because Arnautovic Lanzini partnership really hasn't. It's the first time we've seen it from the start of the game in a while.
First time we've seen it since probably Huddersfield away last year.
And it's hard for him to get back into the groove. He's
look,
only his third game back, Lanzini, and Arnie's not firing.
The thing is with Arnie, I just don't think he wants it. I think his whole body language is wrong.
See, I thought first half he done all right.
No, not for me. Not for me.
The service into him was quite poor.
No, I don't. But that's the thing about Arnautovic, though, Scott. When you think about, the service into him and so forth, he's one of them players that go and make things happen. Do you know what I mean?
But
and that's what he was doing before. Before all this nonsense, you can't deny, right, that he is not the same player as before all this Chinese.
I know
waving off.
I know he's had obviously an illness and that, but that shouldn't matter.
No, he's not the same. He's not the same player. He hasn't really started. He's got to get back into form. But the runs he was making today were more like a forward. He was getting when Antonio had the ball out wide, Criswell had the ball. He's making a run into the
I also see
box, and then we're
problems.
cutting back.
I also see problems with people passing to him.
Yeah.
I don't think people are
Yeah,
looking.
I'm
I don't think people are looking for him. as
See,
much.
I
I'm
agree.
surprised as well with Antonio that he got dragged off at half time because I thought he was probably our best player in the first half.
I think he was definitely.
He was the one who was trying to make things happen. He had his typical Antonio shots, weren't that far over
One
this
whistle,
time.
one whistle just
that
came
was
Yeah.
unlucky.
But-
Do you not think that they're aware? Do you not think they talk about that and they say, listen, every single time you do this, you hit into Rose Ed?
Do you know what though? Fair play to him because at least he had a shot at box because we were just trying to walk it in.
We've been doing that for a few weeks now, and that's why we've hardly had any shots.
We were saying when you look at the attacking threat that we have with our players, we don't score many goals in open play. I know we have today, but what was it? A penalty, 2 set pieces, and then it was 1 in open play. And that's the worrying thing with players like Lanzini, Anatovic, Nazari, Anderson.
But
You expect to score more in open play.
I was talking to him before the game. I think me personally, I think we've got a foot. I mean, Andy Carroll, dismiss him. He's gone now. He's injured. He's not going to make any more games for the rest of the season. He won't get into another squad. I think he's finished as a player, not just at West Ham, but as a player. I think he's pretty much done for now. And then the other three, I mean, Hernandez today has proved me wrong because it just doesn't seem like the other three want to be there. You know what I mean? And when you go away to teams like Cardiff last week, where it's going to be tough, it's going to be gritty. You have to get your hands dirty. You have to win dirty.
The thing is with Hernandez, he probably don't want to be here either, but he's a football player and he wants to score goals and play.
But today was a typical Hernandez performance. He's what Hernandez is famous for.
Well, how long was he on for? He got man of the match.
Exactly.
Shows you how much he done.
Yeah. That's it.
It was great first goal. He's diving header.
Half time he come on, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And the winner, you know what I mean. He.
But that's what he does. That's what he's always done.
I'll
all
tell you
through his
what,
career.
that's a great goal.
Skimmed it on
The fourth one of it's just the keeper was in no man's land. I don't know what the keeper was doing. Like, good luck to him.
When we got it back to 3-2, you could see Huddersfield panicking.
Yeah.
They were
Of course, yeah.
so nervous,
They're
and
probably
you
like,
just
aren't
had a feeling that we was just going to get that equaliser,
Yeah.
and then when it come, their arseholes are flapping even more, and they don't want to lose the game.
Massively. Don't get me wrong, they fully deserve to be in front. I thought.
Oh yeah, look, their 3 goals today were good goals,
Yeah.
especially that third goal.
Yeah. Once again, we conceded from another corner. We scored the penalty, typical Noble penalty.
But
That
the
was,
fir-
I think it was Diop, wasn't it?
The first one, the man's got away from his marker, free header, good header.
Yep.
The second one is a really well worked free kick.
Yeah.
Played it out wide and then got it into the box.
we were
And then the
absolutely
third one was a
nowhere.
cracking finish.
Yeah.
I mean, we've really improved at attacking set pieces this season because we was really poor at attacking. I mean, you remember we'd never win any headers.
I think there was a stat. Someone will correct me, but I think there was something written that when they went to, where'd they go?
Who?
West Ham.
When?
Cardiff.
No, when they went away for
Miami.
that was last year.
No, it was
this year?
Spain,
Man-
wasn't it? We went
Spain.
Magaluf, wasn't it? Magaluf. Marbella.
Marbella. When they went to Marbella,
That's why Carroll ain't been back. He's sitting in Magaluf.
they was working on that specifically, and since then we've scored quite a few goals from set pieces.
Still conceding from set pieces.
The only
worry.
the only worry for me, I don't think it's a problem. I think Balbuena organises a lot. I think Ogbonna, since when he first come in and they looked really shoddy, I think he's impressed me a lot. Diop today struggled, but it's easy to forget. When you talk about Declan Rice being 20, it's easy to
Diop's
forget he's only 21,
Yeah,
22,
exactly.
you know what I mean?
That's it.
And he's going to have bad games and he's going to learn. He's been an absolute
It was just
rock for us this season.
because
Still.
they've had bad games at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of them. You don't go a whole season without playing badly. They've had their bad game. Now, hopefully, in the next game.
The thing is, though, I think like the way we carried on from Cardiff last week. I think we underestimate these teams. We see Huddersfield bottom of the league.
Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
they're on like 14 points or whatever it is. We think we turn up today. We go 1-0 up. Oh, this is going to be a jolly up now. And then you find yourself
But how
3-1
can you
down.
keep doing that week in, week out? If you underestimate a
Mentality,
small team and they slap you think, shit, that small team slaps us. And when we play this small team,
I said
let's not
this on the
underestimate.
social the other day. Like someone said to me, and I said, "Look, we need to treat teams like AFC Wimbledon like we're playing Man City.
Yeah.
When you get 11 players against 11, if the other 11 shows more heart, desire, higher, tackle, want to win, and you're going to lose the game. It don't matter who you're playing. Your standard of player doesn't matter. Like, look at Man City tonight. They were 2-0 down to Swansea, and then they realised, shit, all right, they end up winning 3-2, but they could have gone out of the FA Cup. They underestimated them a bit.
And that seems to
And
be
we hate
something.
Man City.
Swansea's second goal, though, was world class. They sort of done a Man City on Man City.
But no, the worrying thing is we're doing this time and time again. I said in a preview that, like, the way I keep saying about it, that we're Jekyll and Hyde, and we can't afford to be like that. We should be put inside.
Big Sam tried to sign them once. Jekyll and Hyde.
The thing is,
but we go 1-0 up against Huddersfield at home. There's no way you should find yourself in a position that you're 3-1
I
down.
don't think any performance this year has been as bad as under Bilic, under Moyes, anything like that. Last week, we never had a shot on goal.
Cardiff was atrocious.
You know, they was atrocious. We had all the possession and all that. In other weeks, like the Newcastle game, we played them off the park.
Exactly.
And they was in brilliant form.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And they're the games last year under Moyes, under Bilic and all that. We was losing them. I don't think anything this year has been as bad as.
The thing is, every game I've been, especially over here at home, I've been entertained. I've not walked out there thinking, oh, fucking hell, you know what I mean?
Worth an extra 55 quid though.
Oh, definitely. Especially today. Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if they up the season ticket prices again.
Do you like that one?
Come and watch entertaining football, West Ham.
Did you notice?
3-1 down with 15 minutes to go.
Well, just after they got their
score
third,
from
they flashed the season ticket renewal thing after they got their third.
They kept doing that during the game.
Yeah. I thought,
And they put this weird photo of this Asian guy.
Oh, for the road in hospital.
Yeah. He just kept popping up.
Yeah.
Every time he popped up, Huddersfield scored.
It's advertising the private healthcare stuff, anyway.
But it's weird because I see like they advertise like Galleon's Reach Shopping Park, and you think we'd have like these big sponsors like Coca-Cola.
Money's
like
money,
Galleon,
mate.
yeah.
Money's money.
People pay, at the end of the day. But the thing is, you say that Galleon's Reach, it's community, innit? It's the local
Well,
community.
yeah.
They ain't even got Burtons anymore.
Has anyone got a bird?
But that's it's just silly.
Yeah,
like I said, the price increase is ridiculous.
It's just when we was 3-1 down. Obviously, people started walking out, and it was 65 minutes.
Well,
and
shame on them.
Yeah, I understand. Like, if we'd have gone 3-1 down on the 75th minute or the 80th minute, you can sort of understand. But come on,
I'm sort of split on this though, because I've seen us go 3-1 down and being as atrocious as we are, and we've been absolutely annihilated 4-5-1. You know what I mean, at home. But no, let's just say it about this team. Do
you know what made me laugh though? The Huddersfield fans were singing, "We want 4, so we give them 4. We give them fucking 4."
That's
honestly,
what they get for being flashed, to be honest.
Nah, do you know what? Not that I feel
It's hard,
sorry
isn't
for
it?
them. It must be hard for them. Like,
Yeah,
they're bottom of the league.
Listen,
They know they're going down.
We've been in that situation.
They're 16 points off
I don't
of
think we've ever been
safety.
in that
No, not that far.
Under Abraham Grant, we was.
But we've
bottom of the
been
league.
we've been in that situation where you're fighting for your lives, trying to stay up. And
They're not fighting for
Do you know what that reminded me of? Do you remember when we played Spurs at home and they beat us 4-3? And it was 3-3, and they got that break and scored the 4th goal.
when Konchesky should have pulled.
Oh,
down
the one up to the park, yeah.
Yeah, and fucking, you're like, oh my god.
That was a windy night.
Yeah.
That was a proper
No,
windy
no,
night. That was.
No, you're talking about the other one. I'm talking about when.
Berbatov scored and he tapped it in last second.
It was to Saltara or something, whoever it was.
Dairy.
Defoe shot, Green saved it, and he tapped it in, didn't he? And you remember that? We was just like, and Mark Noble was crying. Everyone thought we were going down, but then we had the great escape. But no, it was fucking.
Talk about the great escape. I just see Sheffield United. They're second in the league.
Yeah,
In Championship.
doing well.
I don't want him to come back.
No, let them come back up. They'll have to sue us again. But no, I mean, it was pretty poor. And then, me personally, I thought the changing point in this game was Nasri. When
Nasri
come
changed
on-
the game.
Yeah.
Hernandez coming on at half time was a smart move, I think.
Nasri's got to be worth a start soon. He's got to be worth a start. He's so
over Nobes, I think.
Yeah, he's
But
such a
even-
technical player, and when you got players like him and Lanzini on the pitch, and look, Anderson wasn't great today, but
awful.
you kept him on.
He benefited.
set up the winner.
We were talking,
that's what
about
happens.
this in the game, and I said the difference between Anderson and Antonio is Antonio. You know what you're going to get. Plenty of running. He'll drive at players.
Yeah.
He'll try. And
I do
use-
like
but
Antonio.
Anderson's got that bit
Star
of spark.
quality. Yeah.
You know, he can
can
change
always
a
pull
game
something
in a
out,
second.
yeah.
You know, Antonio's not really got that.
It's a bit like
You
when
know.
we had Thingy Pyatt. You know, he
Yeah.
used to have bad games sometimes, but it still makes something happen. Either a score or a set up a goal.
That's it. He could play poor for 89 minutes, but in that 1 minute win you a game.
But I think as well, interesting enough, because he got dragged off at half time against Cardiff, and he picked up a knock or something. Like, so it was interesting to see him starting. Anderson, people were saying he picked up a knock against Cardiff.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's why he got dragged off.
Yeah, but they're just knocks. That's why they're knocks. Sometimes they're serious, sometimes they're not. You know what I mean? It's just precautionary. But
Can we talk about, as we're talking about injuries and knocks, right? Huddersfield again doing the Cardiff, going down every chance they had when they were in front.
Yeah, but I just
They-
think
they-
I know it's frustrating for us, but I think it's clever from them.
Oh, it's massively clever, right? But
yeah,
at
to
least the
look about-
physios, right? Don't come on and put an ice pack over someone's boot to try and bring out the bruising in a knock. Do you know what I mean?
Scott, hang on.
Yeah,
In the old days, mate, they used to wear a bucket and sponge on.
but at least you're chucking a
Magic
bit.
sponge.
At least you're
Broken leg and they're putting a sponge on
At least
it.
you're putting a bit of cold water down there. You know what I mean? An ice pack over a fucking boot. Come on. We can all tell he's faking it. And you've just made it look even worse by doing that.
I agree with you. It is getting more and more commonplace. They need to start stamping it out.
But it's the thing is, when you're winning and you're doing it, it's good tactics.
Yeah, but that's
Well,
the thing.
they was winning.
but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's good
but
tactics.
It's not so much good tactics when we scored a winner in the 91st
no,
minute
exactly,
and then all of a
yeah,
sudden
they-
they've got 4 minutes.
Exactly.
So what's the
They
difference
stuff
between
it.
that and diving then? What's the difference between faking an injury going down wasting
No,
time
I
and diving?
see. I don't think there ain't a difference.
Yeah. It's a similar thing. You're deceiving the referee.
You're seeing that the other team's getting on top. You're breaking up the play. It's a tactics, but with these people, you know, and then they're trotting off
Yeah, they do
the long way round and slapping everyone's out.
But-
It needs to be in there. I think.
Well, they are changing that rule next
Yeah,
season, isn't they?
I agree with
Well,
you. It's
go straight off the fucking closest line
wherever
you
you
are.
are, yeah. But I agree with that. That it is bad. But when you're in that winning position, time wasting's a good thing.
Yeah, but I don't like
it doesn't matter.
No,
It's still.
that's it.
But then
But-
again, if you're saying that's
Yeah, but if we was
if
1-0 up at City and our players were going down, you'd be
That's-
go on,
that's
do it, do
Exactly.
it.
That's the thing. It's frustrating when you're losing.
Yeah, because you want to
Right,
just
but
carry on. You're
when
like,
you're
fucking,
winning,
come
I
on.
understand why they do it.
But it still should be stamped out. Like I said, if diving is wrong, that's wrong because.
Well, they're stamping everything else out of football. So next, give it 3 seasons, you won't even be able to like touch the ball.
In 3 seasons' time, they'll be on rails, you know, like in foosball.
That's
They'll
it,
be on
yeah.
rails.
Honestly,
That's
it's
how it goes.
ridiculous. I mean, that rule next season for the penalty is an absolute joke. You heard about that?
No, what's that one?
Basically, now if you take a penalty, the keeper saves it. That's it.
Dead ball.
Dead ball. You can't take.
Oh,
there's no
that's not
rebound. No rebound. That's it.
So it's like a penalty and a penalty
Yeah,
shootout.
that's what.
That's
That's
ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what it is.
If he saves it, if it
So-
comes off his hand, it goes straight back to
your feet.
to your feet.
Even if it is the post. That's why now players can stand
miles away.
miles away. It don't matter. It's ridiculous.
That's
Do you think they've
pointless.
got? 'Cause
Ruining
obviously
football.
I think you saw against it was Tottenham, Arsenal, and they was talking about some of the players encroaching in early.
Yeah, but
I think
then-
Newcastle
yeah, but
done
then-
that when we noticed on the penalty.
Then what they
running
need to
the
maybe
box.
introduce then is maybe like a 25-yard line. Players stand behind that. So then if it is a rebound, it's just you and the player, goalkeeper. It's just
Yeah,
the
but-
player and the goalkeeper. That's it.
See, the thing is, like today, you watch back the penalty that Noble scored, and the keeper's miles off his line. So if
That's another thing they're going to
Yeah,
look into
if they-
as well
if
next
they're gonna-
season.
if
I
they're
think
gonna bring a
the
sleeping
keeper
rule
next
like that-
season has to have 1 foot on the line, but he can step forward. So
Actually, if you've got really long legs.
So you just
ridiculous.
Yeah, like that.
you just
ridiculous.
overcomplicate. What is?
Yeah, I know.
pointless,
Like,
isn't
the
it?
players
What you might
are
as
gonna
well
have a
do-
hard time remembering all this.
Next they'll be doing the American stuff where you run it from the halfway
yeah, that's
line.
it. We might as well do that. Right? What we'll do is when you get penalty in the penalty box,
God, could you imagine Noble doing that? It'd take him 20 minutes to get there.
He won't be a
Bless
penalty
him.
specialty.
I love Noble. I love Noble.
all the things that need changing.
I think he's one of the best penalty takers I've seen.
All the things that need changing in the game.
He's the
they
third
changed
person. He's the third person to score 40 goals or more in the Premier League. He's up there with some great company, Colin Di Canio.
He's got to be one of our top scoring midfielders, one there, isn't he? In the club's
I
history.
think our,
Made his
sorry,
four
mate, I
out.
think our top goal scorer, Ryan told me this the other day in the Premier League, is Canio with 49.
Canio, yeah.
So
The mad thing
he's
is-
nearly
No, I
Yeah.
thought Noble hit his 50th goal last season.
50th career.
Career
Career
goal,
goal,
yeah,
oh, right.
Premier League goal. But you think about it, like you think Noble's on just over 400 appearances now, and he's been in the first team since what 2005, 2006, and that he's still like nearly 400 behind Billy Bonds.
Billy Bonds, yeah.
Mad, isn't it? It just shows how many games they used to play back in the days.
Yeah.
One thing I would say about now, I said this the other day. Noble's, you never see Noble injured, do you? He's never been out for a long time.
Yeah.
He's always, you know. So
You know why? Because when he does have injuries, he plays through them if they
Yeah.
need him.
Well, he played through that bloody hernia, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, last
The
season.
thing is, it's not only that. He probably looks after himself a lot better
Yeah, of course
than
he
other
does.
professionals.
Of course he does.
You know, he's that type of player. You know, he sort of you don't see videos or pictures of him popping up here, there, and everywhere out.
I don't know, he looks like he likes a good night out.
Yeah, everyone
he
likes
looks
a
like
good
he-
night out.
he
doesn't
loves a
take it too
Malibu.
Yeah.
He don't take it to Carol extremes, I don't think.
No.
Dog Samson.
But you know, it's you know, Noble is Noble. You know, he'll give it his all because he's a club boy, isn't he? That's the thing.
Anyway,
That's the difference.
let's get back onto the game.
Yeah,
I'll do my Noble loving video when he retires.
I've got to say that, like finishing off, when it got back to 3-2, he was right. They just started to fold. They didn't know.
They panicked.
Yeah, they was panicking. Didn't know what to do. Didn't know where to go. Didn't know
Well,
what way to turn.
Where do you
Obviously,
stand?
if they've scored 8 goals all season, I can't imagine that they've been in a 2-goal lead or scored 3 in a game.
That's them down, surely. Like,
I think me and Scott was talking about. I think if Southampton and Burnley pick up a win in the next game, I think, and they lose, I think that's it. 'Cause they're 16 points
this has got to be
from safety. Oh yeah, that relegated them today for sure. That's their confidence is knocked now, and it's a shame because I like Huddersfield. It's a good away day. I think the atmosphere is good up there, but you know
I
what?
feel sorry for Patrick Stewart as well. You know, that's what I thought.
Who? Who's Patrick Stewart?
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Fellow Baldy.
Xavier, press list for Xavier, flipping Star Trek.
Yeah, he's never watched any of that.
He's
Sir
lost
Patrick
me,
Stewart.
He's lost me.
You're holding my hand.
Your time's wasted on that.
Oh, Captain Kirk? No, not Captain Kirk.
Captain Picard.
Captain Picard.
Patrick
Bald
Stewart.
one from Star Trek, the baldy geezer.
Oh, is he the one that had a go at James Corden that time?
That's the
Calling
one.
him fat?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Nah, fuck him.
National treasure, mate.
But no,
Well, he supports Huddersfield.
He's a big he was there when they got promoted and he was crying when they went up and everything.
Well,
like
I hope he's crying again.
I've never seen Star Trek.
Proper Yorkshire boy.
It
the thing
shall
is,
be
it's
done.
wait, an out-of-it substitution.
Yeah, totally right for me.
Well, I turned around and said to him, listen, I did Perez a disservice because he did make an impact. He didn't score, but again,
He nearly scored straight away, didn't he? He had a chance.
You know,
He'd have been a bit sharper.
But yeah, I didn't quite understand taking an Outovich off and bringing Perez on, but it worked. But did people boo an Outovich going
That's
off?
what I was
Or did people
Well,
boo
there was
the decision?
there was a few people around us that had a few choice words about him, but I think that was just through frustration. I think maybe it was more booing him because we're taking him off. He's probably our best player, and we're 3-1 down.
It shocked me because I didn't even know Perez was on the bench.
I think people were booing.
It's half and half, isn't it? I think it's ever since Palace away,
personally,
people
I think
boo
it's more the decision. But
Pellegrini got his spot on. That's what he's paid to do.
exactly.
You're always going to get stars that don't like being dragged off, but if it's not working, Pellegrini's paid to make them
The
decisions.
thing is, we're coming off. It was the fastest I've seen him fucking move.
I think Pellegrini aged about 30 years.
Well,
Fuck knows what he looks like now.
Criticising there, what was the game where he got the substitutions wrong? The last home game.
Probably the last
where we
32.
lost. Yeah, there was that game, wasn't it? Was it Watford?
Watford, the last one we lost, yeah.
Yeah, but this like, you know,
That was our last home defeat, wasn't it, Watford? So we're unbeaten at home this year.
It's not bad stat.
Yeah, I know, but it's the away ones we've got to start picking up. And we've got some tough away games, so
It's not the worrying thing with the away stat of not winning in 2019 is some of the teams we've played we should be turning over.
I mean, the good thing for us today is, we go to Watford last game of the season. That could come down to who finished there. Watford now got a semi-final. Their minds are on the FA Cup. I don't think they're worried about league positions now. They're one step away from an FA Cup final. So it could work in our favour. But we need Wolves as well to sort of pick up a bit of
well, they're
bad
in
form.
the FA Cup still, weren't they, as well? Wolves?
I don't know.
I think they are. I think their Wolves are in the FA Cup. But
United, though.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, Wolves United tonight.
we're not. But the thing is, we're not even scoring goals away. And that's the thing that really worries me.
It's just the performances that's what kills me. But as I said to you earlier, when we were 3-1 down, I said
The good thing is, though,
and then go and beat Spurs and Chelsea.
Well, we've got. That's what I was saying. We've got 2 London derbies, Chelsea and Tottenham away, and we're probably going to be playing Tottenham at their new stadium, so we're going to be up for that. We want to beat them there. We want to beat them anywhere, but it'd be nice to beat them there. Maybe be the first team to win there, So, and then Watford. last game of the season. United away is always difficult. They're on a big bit of form, but they've got the Champions League. They've got Barcelona as well.
That's the thing as well. When you look at the fact that Chelsea is in with a chance of the Europa, United, Tottenham in with a chance of the Champions League.
They're all chasing top 4.
No, the thing is though, if Chelsea win, say if Chelsea win the Europa League and Man United win the Champions League, just say, then
4th place don't get it, do they?
3rd and 4th won't get it, will they?
No, it's only 4th.
Is it only 4th? Because you can't have, because if you win the Europa League,
Like 5 in there.
if you can't have 5, you can only have 4 teams. So if Chelsea win the Europa League, they get in, or Arsenal, they get into the Champions League. If United finish 5th and win the Champions League, do they get into
You
it?
could be right, actually. You could be right.
That'd be fucking funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Tottenham finish 3rd, they can that.
Yeah, I think you are right. I don't think you can have 5.
No, you can only have 4.
Yeah,
4
'cause
for
that was
each
the same.
country.
Yeah, that was the same problem before, wasn't it? When who won it before?
Chelsea.
Chelsea
And they
won
was
it.
10th
Yeah.
in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hope we turn up against those teams. I
no,
fancy it's more against Tottenham than Chelsea, because I said that stands for
Yeah,
Bridge.
Chelsea, but the
We
thing
don't
is,
have
Chelsea.
a record,
I think you've just got to take the next big game we've got to be looking at is Everton.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Because
Yeah.
we
Home form is massive.
Yeah, we're at home.
We have a
We've got
chance
to
to
beat Everton. If we beat Everton, we're 8 points out of them. We're 8 points clear of them.
And to think everyone was saying that Everton were going to break the top 5, top 4
Yeah,
this season.
Yeah.
You know,
The thing is, would
But
you?
I do believe that this is this whole club at the minute, West Ham, it's a project at the very beginning.
yeah, you got to
It is
give.
a
I
lot
think you got to
more
give
to come
Pellegrini
from.
another pre-season.
Yeah,
get him in players that he wants. Get rid of the players that don't want to be here, like an Atovic. If he wants to go, let him go. Just
I can't see
Carroll
him going.
going.
I'm being honest. I can't see him
He
going.
might have a change of heart, but if he has a change of heart, he needs to realise that he can't do it again. He
He's gotta
can't
be
get
all
halfway
in.
through next season and think, oh, I want to go China or Japan or wherever.
See, the thing for me is that the fact that you had all that saga of him going in, going in, and they come out and said it disrupted the players. It shouldn't disrupt the players. Do you know what I mean?
But they're just excuses
work-
they use.
But
they
the thing
shouldn't-
is, like
it
you
shouldn't
say that,
affect
you
them.
remember the Payet situation? It affected the team
Scott,
then.
some of
It's
these
just-
players,
I think it's just
I'll
an
be honest with you,
excuse.
it's the modern day player.
Yeah, it's an
because some of
excuse.
these players can't plug their own fucking tellies in.
Oh no, yeah,
You know
no,
what I
I
mean?
totally agree. I totally agree.
When you get your best player turn around and say he doesn't want to play for the team no more, of course it affects you because you think like, why don't he want to be here no more?
But then it's a case of like right now, if it turns out I don't want to be in it, then someone else should say, well, you know what, this is my time to step out in the line.
Me personally, I'll be honest
Do you
with
know
you,
what I mean?
I hope he goes. That's my personal
Me
feeling.
personally, I don't give a fuck whether we've got a replacement or not. I would have sold him in the fucking summer.
I want him to go, but I want to make sure we've got
it.
a good deal for him for us.
Well, see,
It has to be because
this is the thing with worrying me. If the thing is true that we've only got this 25 million budget for the summer, right? And then you're talking that Carroll's gone, Perez wants out, Hernandez is going, and Atovic wants out.
Yeah, but we're still going to recoup money from them.
Yeah, but how much
if-
are we
if-
going to recoup?
Yeah, but if we get, say for instance, we get 50 for Arnold, right? We've already got 25 there, that's 75. Maxi Gomez, we go and get him for 25. Just say we go and get him.
Yeah,
We've still
yeah.
got 50 million to play with.
Well-
And you start selling Hernandez, say we get between 10 and 12 for him.
I just-
Carroll,
I
we're
just-
going
I
to get
just
nothing.
can't-
We're going to get nothing for Carroll.
it's the wages.
It's the
Oh
wages.
yeah, wages.
The
yeah,
wages
yeah,
get
but it's
freed
just
up,
it's
yeah.
just with I can't. I honestly don't think
What we need to do-
So you're taking it as if 25 million is the set budget?
No.
I know.
No, I'm just saying,
I
if
know
it is-
ex-employees
yeah,
said
yeah, I'm
like
saying
it's
if it is.
25 million, but he says it all the time. Things can change.
Well,
You know
well,
what
of
I mean?
course it
Like,
can.
He's going to look at the. He's
But
going to look at.
you're saying 25 million is the budget. You're going to lose 4 strikers, a goalkeeper, a right back, a left back.
We might not lose
centre
4
mid-
strikers though.
without having to add to stuff.
Well, I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're
Yeah,
saying.
I mean, and that's-
Yeah,
that's
no,
a lot
you're not
to
going
replace.
to replace all them on 25 million.
Exactly.
That's the thing. That's why we recoup, and that's why Hernandez. What you got to remember, these players are still on contract. So if we don't get the right money for Hernandez, he stays.
Yeah, no,
we don't get the
I
right.
agree-
I
I
think
agree with you.
Lucas
I agree
Perez,
with
we
you.
only paid 4 or 5 million for him. didn't we?
Listen, Hernandez, yeah, is a funny one because like in today's market, he's probably worth 12 million to 15 million. But we could ask 25 from him from America.
Yeah, but-
because American sales would be it'd go from because of all the Latino people and the Mexican people in like Los Angeles and all. If he goes to Los Angeles or someone like that,
they'll
pay the
recoup that
25
in shirt
million
sales.
and they'll recoup it
Yeah,
in a
but
day.
we never do that because historically West Ham we undersell and we
But
overpay.
you can't say we never do that. We don't have a fucking chart. When do we have the top international Mexican goal scorer? Mexico is a fucking huge country, a huge footballing country. They've got so many people in Los Angeles. So if Los Angeles Galaxy comes in from any fancies, you can tell them to go give us 25.
Yeah.
They'll pay that no problem because
But it's how much are you then going to have to pay to replace Hernandez? This is the thing. Right? You sit there and say,
55 pence, mate.
But-
by his form from the last
but he's just won us a game today.
today.
Yeah, but he's scored other goals that are important goals.
No, but the thing is, even to get a striker of Hernandez calibre, we'll end up having to overpay. Like, look, I mean, they're talking about
But you're
25 million for
talking about
Mitrovic.
Yeah, but it's-
every one of our strikers now, bar Perez, is over 30.
This
And
is
then
where
it's
though.
over
This is
30.
where our scouts have got to go out and find some gems like Lanzini, Balbuena.
exactly.
You know,
Yeah,
these
Diop-
players that
Diop
were worth.
paid, don't
Yeah,
you?
Diop was what
Paid
20
about
million,
20
but,
million, but still.
he's probably worth about 30, 40 now,
But
maybe
I-
even a bit more. You know.
Personally, I don't think the club is in a position where we can afford to do that. We had a good summer transfer window this year. Yeah, we don't need to progress back to previous transfer.
So you ain't
we
got to
need
go
to have
out
a
and
good.
just buy players for the sake of it.
No. But we've got to, it's
don't
good
need
to
filler
find
now.
them gems, but we
I
need.
expect Silos to be on his job now and really.
Yeah,
get
but
out
to
there
be
and-
fair, Scott, to go to the next level with some of these players, like to replace Hernandez, you need to be buying top quality. Yeah,
We
we
can't
ain't
afford
got that
to.
money. Yeah, so in that terms, you
We
have
haven't
to
got-
find.
we haven't
You
got
have
that-
to find.
we haven't
That's
got
why
that
you have to.
football to
That's
attract
why you have to
top
pick up
quality.
players like a Nasri who's out of contract, and
totally.
because they will affect our team. They will make it a better team. There's players out. There's loads of players coming out of contract in the summer. Look at them. That's why you free up all these wages. You can offer them over the odds. You ain't paying a transfer fee.
Oh no, of course you take Hernandez and Arnautovic and Carroll off the wage bill, even Perez off the wage bill. You look, you're freeing up like
Sure, so,
300
like,
grand a week. If
If
not more.
Arnautovic stays, you know, then he's a good player. He's probably our best player. So of course I'm going to still support him.
Yeah.
But-
I agree.
I'd rather him go, to be fair, because I think he's disrupting the club.
Sadly, I think Snoddy could go.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
I think if it's a case of if people don't want to be there,
much
he should
game
go.
time. Or...
Yeah, I think there's going to be like I was talking to someone today before the game. I love Snoddy as a person. I think he's been, he always gives. But I think he had that purple patch at the beginning of the season. Since then, it's not really kicked on. He's aging. He ain't got no
Yeah, was he
pace.
30 now?
He's over 30. I think.
His
31.
form's dipped a little bit. Yeah, I mean, Zabaleta for me, I think I wouldn't give him a new contract.
Yeah, I think you're right. 100%.
I thought he was brilliant today, though. Really, so especially second up, like some of the tackles. Yeah, Scott.
right.
Come
Yeah,
on.
no,
He
no.
was good.
The
Second
thing
half,
is with
second half, he
Zabaleta,
was good.
I don't think it's going to be the sort of person that would sit on the bench.
No.
He's not going to start over next season for me, for Frederick. So I think now, release him and get someone else in to challenge Fredericks.
He's also got a Man City connection. And if they come calling for him for any sort of role, he's out of contract. He's going to go.
Well, Pellegrini said he wants him to stay for one more season. He said.
For me, I keep Zabaleta for another season. I just think his experience in the game is valuable for the likes of Frederick.
I think the last-
and get another young right back
I do
in.
understand what you're saying.
He
gets exposed.
He
now,
gets
he's
exposed a
exposed.
lot. Scott.
Yeah, but he gets
For the
exposed.
last few
he gets
games-
exposed because of the players playing in front of him.
No,
You've got to have support.
No, I don't
You've got to have
believe that.
support.
I think the last
We-
few
we-
the
we
last few
play-
games, age has really caught up.
Yeah,
with him.
but the problem is we're asking him to play the same role he played when he was 10 years younger, pushing forward as a right back. Yeah. Then if that's the way we want to go, then yeah, I agree. He does. He's not.
Well,
he's not got
it's
the legs
obviously
to do
the way
it.
we want
But
to go.
every
But-
fullback now does that.
Yeah, but that's the
What
thing.
fullback-
If
what
you
club-
want,
What's the point of signing him back up if you're admitting that that's
because,
the way
no,
we're
because
playing?
of his experience.
Yeah, but what club? Yeah, but then if you lose, he's probably on a good wage.
Nuno McCluskey's got experience. You're not going to
Yeah, but
find
if you-
I
it's
think
not-
it
it's not-
depends on the opposition.
He's
and
on a
who
good
we're playing
wage.
against.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course
but I've
he-
seen
yeah,
him
yeah,
against
yeah.
Port, like Huddersfield today. I thought he was getting exposed a lot.
See, I just don't. He doesn't get a lot of support from the players in front of him.
Newcastle.
But then how many
Was it Newcastle?
How many teams now don't play attacking fullbacks?
Oh, no, I know.
Well,
Yeah,
how many
yeah,
teams now play the back four that sit on the halfway line and that's it? Zabaleta's got to get up and down that wing.
And if he can't do it, and that's
But
the way
he-
you want
but
to play,
he-
then what's the
but
point in
if
signing
they-
him
he
to a
does
contract?
do it.
Because he's got
I would keep
experience.
him. I would keep him if they maybe offered him a coaching role, play a coaching role.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's there as a squad player, and then maybe he can bring through the next
that's what I'm
generation.
saying. I'm not saying sign him to start him week in, week out. I'm saying keep him for another season as
Squad
their-
player.
Well, that's
as
down
two
to
young-
Pellegrini.
Yeah, well,
for two young right backs to learn
At the
from.
end of the day, we learnt through Ginger Pele that nostalgia ain't gonna.
Oh no, of course.
That's
Look,
gonna
I don't
sway,
disagree.
so we'll
I don't
see.
disagree. You know, at the end of the day, yeah, people's legs do go. It's going to be the same with Noble. You
Yeah, of
know,
course, yeah.
His legs do go. Players do age, players do retire. But I just think the wealth of experience that someone like Zabaleta brings in the trophies that he's won, the games he's played in, I think people like Fredericks will benefit from.
No, I understand. I do understand what you're saying.
That's changed my mind. Sign him up 2 more years. No, I do get what you're saying, Scott. I do get what you're
I
saying.
know what you're saying. I do know
Yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah, well,
Sometimes
that's what I just
I
think-
think we lost that little bit of dressing room camaraderie and leadership when we sold people like Tompkins.
I just
and
think
things
we
like
need
that, you know
to
what I mean, when we-
develop Fredericks more.
Oh, mate, yeah.
Because I do rate Fredericks. I think he's going to be a good right back for us. But we need because Sam Byram's done now. I think we need a new challenge for someone to challenge Fredericks.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We have to sign a right
Byram.
back.
But the problem,
He's injured again, isn't he?
No, I think he's back now. I'm
the
sure.
problem
He's been
is-
injured most of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
season.
The problem is that you know we need another left back.
Well, yeah, I think
Masuaku-
Masuaku will go as well.
But this is the thing, what we're talking about in the summer. We've got a lot of positions, you know.
Yeah.
Centre midfielder.
I think that's
back
why we
right
could
back.
get decent money for though.
Mate, if we was in 1995 and we was given 25 million, they'd feel like Man City now.
Yeah.
25 million now is peanuts, really, isn't it?
That's,
So,
that's
barely
what
gets
we're
you one
worried
player.
about.
but anyway,
But with Masuaku, we could get good money for because the guy's a decent winger. He's a crap left back, but he's a decent winger.
But
if we get more than 6 million for him, I'll be happy.
That's what I could.
Yeah.
I think we'll get 11, 12.
Honestly,
Honestly, I
I can
think
see
we
it.
will.
Yeah. If you're saying
Pala's gonna pay
if
that.
Prez was worth 4, then we can get a bit.
Depends where you want to
Pala's
put him though, right?
He was
Some
being linked
people-
with bloody Spurs that season when he started.
Definitely don't put him on
Do you
eBay.
remember? But what do you think of Mitrovic then? 25 million for Mitrovic.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't. I
wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take him for 25 million, but I'd take him.
He's a good
It's that
player.
budget blown.
He's a good player, but
What's the next
I don't
thing you
think he's the sort of striker as a step forward.
Yeah, I don't think he's a 25 million.
You look at like say this Maxi Gomez, 25 million, and
What
then you
they
look
say,
at
25? No, what
Mitrovic.
they say, 50.
Well, no, it's 50, but if they get relegated, it's 25, and they're like struggling at the
So,
moment. So
in a way, we've.
I'd even pay 50. I'd pay 40, 50 for him.
Yeah, but with Mitrovic, he's played in the Premier League. He's scored in the Premier League. You know, what's he got? 11 goals for Fulham now.
Yeah, I know. Look,
You know, and that's the thing. You're paying that money
and
for
then
someone
maybe we
who's
should have
played
took
in
a
the
punt
league.
on Rondon.
What? But well, yeah,
Yeah, again,
I'll totally
yeah.
agree. But Newcastle pay 25 million for him, or something like that. 20 million for him. You should be trying to. Not being funny, you should be trying to pull these clubs' pants down.
Oh yeah, of course. Once
You
they're
know what I mean?
relegated,
It's like,
that's
if,
it.
well, for me, the first signing I'd go out and get
Moy.
is Aaron Moy.
Yeah.
To complete our midfield. That is what we're missing, someone like him. When I watched him, I've been a big fan of him for ages. I remember when he played for City. You know, he's a really good player,
Played for
technical,
Chelsea, didn't he?
good player. Yeah, he come from Chelsea. He went to City as well. But he's a technically good player, and he can hit a ball. He's a bit like John Joe Shelvey, but he's a better John Joe. He's better than John Joe Shelvey. And I think someone like him coming in, like sitting in there with Rice,
Gives us another
and then
option.
you've got the Nasris, you've got Lanzinis, and whoever, Anderson, whoever we've got next season. I think it'd be great. But even, what are they going to ask for him? 25, 30 million? They're in a position, Huddersfield, where they don't have to sell him.
I suppose again, if they
All
go down,
depends
he
on the
might
player.
put the pressure on.
Yeah, it
him.
all depends on the player.
It's where your ambition
Yeah.
to play is, and is it? You know,
I mean, we
Is
had
it-
to sell players
listen.
for peanuts when we got relegated.
There's a lot of work to do.
Yeah, we need a powerful centre midfielder as well. We
That's-
need
that's-
someone
that
like
is what we're
like
missing.
a Cecchiati when we first signed him. Someone big, powerful, can run with the ball. A bit like Loftus Cheek at Chelsea.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
we're signing Loftus Cheek, but someone like him be
thing
perfect
is,
for
as
us.
well, I'd like to see if someone sign a player who's got a bit of grit and determination.
Yeah, we miss
We
someone
lack
like we've got Noble, but we
We
need
miss like a Ginger Collins.
Yeah.
Someone who puts everything on the
Like
line.
a Scotty Parker.
Yeah.
Someone that would just get stuck in there.
Yeah. We don't have that. We don't have that type of player who's
But then again, them
going to
sort of
get
players
nasty.
are dying out of the game now. So players are too scared to do all that because they get sent off straight away. I see a player the other day won the ball cleanly. It was the Arsenal-Tottenham game. What was his name? Torreira.
Torreira, yeah.
Went in,
Midfielder.
got the ball, because Rose ran into him and hit his foot, he got a straight red.
Yeah.
Never a red. It's a fucking tackle.
It's you know, a lot of the game, the modern game now, it's took a lot of that. You know, you wouldn't see Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira getting away with what they got away with when they were playing.
No, when you go back to that era of Keane, Vieira, Dennis Wise and all that, Vinnie Jones would never play a game all season. He'd be suspended all season.
But see, personally, I think it's killing the game a bit, taking that out.
Yeah,
of it.
they're trying to kill the game anyway.
I don't, you know, some of the tackles that were put in are bad, and you know, that needs to be stamped out. But
Yeah,
you know.
I've got to apologise for anyone that come on the fan cams today because we had the wind was a big issue for us with the sound. A lot of the stuff was inaudible. We could save what we could save, but we had so many new faces coming on, which was really disappointing. So if you did come and see us today, please, if your fan cam hasn't gone up, please don't discourage you. We ain't just picking and choosing who we put on. We can put the videos up and show you what
It's literally, you know, it's really bad. So
Might
we'll,
tweet one out just so they can see them.
yeah. Yeah, but we'll put a picture up of the peoples that come on fan cam and didn't get their
recognition.
yeah, weren't usable. So we do apologise massively for that.
It really guts me when
That pisses me off because there was two
Well,
really
sort
good
the fucking
fan cams.
microphone out. That's what pisses me off.
One of our young fans always does a picture for us.
Lovely.
We'll have to when we get a permanent place, we'll have to sort of start sticking them to the wall.
Anne, French name. She always does us a nice little picture, so thank you so much for this.
How nice is that sitting there taking the time to
Yeah, nice.
do
Yeah.
something like that?
I've got one indoors.
Yeah, I got one. She gave us one for the Newcastle game as well. Bless her.
Lovely. Yeah, so thank you, Renee.
Thank you, Renee. A couple more things quickly to touch on. Declan Rice. We're going to be watching England.
Yep. Without
Good luck
fail.
to him.
The one thing I do want to discuss quickly, very, very quickly, is the season ticket price increase. Now, what has annoyed you most about the season ticket? Is it the price or is it the renewal date?
Yeah, that's the main. I think the renewal date for me, if like 5 days after the season finishes. Like for me, it don't really affect me. It's like an extra 50 quid, but a family of four it affects. But yeah, it's the renewal date, and even like the cut-off point for the
Away tickets. Cup scheme?
what's it called?
The finance.
The
scheme.
finance thing is
Being-
like
being in April.
26th of April
Yeah,
during the
that's
season still.
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Like they
Absolutely
should give you until at least like end of June to renew your season ticket, but it puts a lot of pressure on people to
families,
find money.
especially, yeah.
But they know they've got so many people waiting that people that don't renew they're just going to replace, and that's the sad thing.
See, that's crap. For me, it's the price, of the principle of the price, because I don't see any reason why we've put increased the price. We haven't taken any steps
Brexit.
forward. We're not getting plain Brexit. Oh my God, buy that word again. No, but we haven't got consistent
Or
European
old Theresa
football.
May, eh?
We haven't won a cup. We haven't won a trophy. I mean, there's no reason.
There's no.
But we're in the top 10.
Yeah, but
we're in the
there's,
top.
there's,
Well,
there's,
we might
there's
not
no
finish
justification in charging a similar price season ticket to what Man City charge.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you exactly what it is, right? We've had affordable football. They've done what they promised. They've put the last three rises up in one.
I think that it was always going to go up, wasn't it? I think it's
Of course it is.
Do you know what
It's-
I think
it's the
it
kids'
is?
tickets that
I think
wind me up
I
more.
think it's the like there was no sort of you didn't know about it. They just released it and that was it.
Right
There's your
after the
prices.
Cardiff
Bang.
result.
There's your prices.
But if you notice, what they've done is
Come on,
they've
come on,
frozen
go on.
the band 5 2991 one, so they can still say
Affordable.
we've got the cheapest tickets.
To be fair though, I mean my season
It's all
ticket
of
goes up to 565 or something like that. That's still good for
We're
Premier League
655.
football. I was paying more than that at the Bowling.
I said to Dan, right, I said you've got to look at it at people that look, it is an increase. Times at the minute ain't great financially for a lot of people, right? So if you can't afford that increase, you're dropping down a band. Yeah, to renew your ticket. You're renewing your
But
ticket.
is it easy? You can't just drop that. It's not easy. It's not easy to do.
All right, then
Prices go up.
So like you said, with these
Because everyone would be
families,
in bad five.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. With these,
We'll all be up there sitting at the top.
with these families who come along, it's a big increase.
It is, yeah.
Right? Look, I'm not saying, yeah, but the thing is, then that's driving that fan out. And I said to him, you're driving
the
that fan
finance
out.
option's a good idea.
Yeah, of course it is.
Because you spread
But
it
that's,
over
but that's
10
if you
months or
qualify.
4
That's if you qualify
Yeah,
for the
listen,
finance.
I've applied for that 2 seasons. I got rejected for the financial thing. Obviously, my credit's not great.
Pay your bills.
Pay your
then.
bills.
Yeah, paying bills. Is it?
Easier said than
But
done.
I'm you know, like, look, the timing of it for me is the key thing.
Yeah, I think it's
give
the deadline.
people. Yeah, it
they should
be.
extend the deadline.
I think they will extend it.
If you're going to increase the prices, let people know earlier in the season so
See
they
old,
know what they're.
I see old Worcester have taken action. They've written a letter.
That'll do something.
Good on them.
They get lost in the post.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but literally, like, if they would have come out and said, right, these are the prices, but we're like the deadline is extended till the end of June. I think a lot of people would have been still pissed off. But when you sit back and think of it, like for me, it's only an extra 50 quid. For you, it's only an extra 60, 70 quid. So it's not a lot. But as I said, for a family of 4, it's a lot of money.
And why can we charge more than Man City? Why do we think we deserve to be?
We're in London.
But they've got they're in the Champions League quarter
But
final.
their rent,
They've
our
won
rent.
everything.
This is the thing that pisses me off. Our rent, the rise in the tickets,
Yeah.
pays our
I
rent.
mean, that's it. That's what it
It's
is.
2.9 million, and our rent's 2.5 million per year.
Do you know the other thing as
So
well?
where the
So
fuck's the
you
rest
think
of it?
about it.
That's a drop in the ocean in the transfer window.
You
isn't
think
it?
about it, the smart businessman comes out because all our money will be sitting in that account from May until
Yeah.
August, so they're earning interest on our money. You know what I mean?
Every single I've really enjoyed not talking about the board and it's been like
I know,
free
mate,
this
I
season,
know,
but
yeah.
they always have to come back. And do
That's
something
what I said. It's one step forward, 2 steps back with them. You think that, because this season there's been no mention of them, is there? Everyone's
Yeah,
sort
it's
of,
been so nice.
everyone's just thought, right, let's take a step back. You still get the odd people on forums slagging them off and that, but I ain't really had a problem with them this season because I've enjoyed going over there. I'm watching like half decent
They've
football.
invested.
They've invested. We've got a good manager now. So yeah, it's just, but then they pull stunts like this, and that's what pisses people off.
I agree. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match pint. We'll be back again in 2 weeks' time with the Everton game. Go and watch all our content, all the fan cams. Once again, apologies to the people that did come on the fan cams today. And if your video ain't gone up, then there's a real problem with the audio. Apologies for that. Go and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, where we're posting regularly now. So if you want all the West Ham news, and Dan posts some nice little tidbits up there, so go and follow them at West Ham Fan TV on all platforms. And
We'll be busy over the international break, obviously.
yeah, we'll be busy. Yeah. Well, you will. So yeah, we'll still keep on posting videos for the international break. We're going to cover a lot about Declan Rice, I'm sure. So one thing left to say, boys, at the end of the day.
Come
Come on, you
on.
irons.